Have you ever seen a moment so powerful that it could melt 10 years of pain in just a few seconds? Stay with me till the end, because what this millionaire woman did when she saw her black ex-husband after a decade will leave you speechless, and maybe even make you believe in second chances. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because stories like this remind us that love, forgiveness, and humanity are worth more than any fortune. It was a rainy Thursday morning in New York City when Amelia Grant, one of the youngest female millionaires in the state, stepped out of her Rolls-Royce. Dressed in a sleek white suit, her presence commanded attention, every move polished, every word measured. But behind that success, behind those cold, determined eyes, lived a heart that once knew warmth and heartbreak. 10 years ago, she wasn't the untouchable businesswoman everyone admired. She was Amelia Johnson, a struggling architect married to a kind and humble man named Marcus, a talented musician who dreamed of opening a community arts center for kids. They were young, in love, and full of dreams. But life had other plans. When Amelia's big project failed, bills piled up, and arguments became their daily routine. She blamed Marcus for being too much of a dreamer, while he begged her to believe that success wasn't measured in money. The night she left, he didn't try to stop her. He just said, "If you ever lose yourself chasing the world, I'll be right where you left me, trying to make it better." That was 10 years ago. Since then, Amelia's career skyrocketed. She built luxury apartments, global companies, and wealth beyond imagination. But the higher she climbed, the emptier she felt. She never married again, never allowed herself to love. The success she had always dreamed of suddenly felt like a cage. Now, she was standing outside a new community project she'd secretly funded through her foundation, a center built to help underprivileged youth in the very neighborhood she grew up in. She wanted to make an appearance, shake hands, take pictures, and move on. But fate had a surprise waiting. When she entered the hall, the crowd erupted in applause. Children ran around laughing, volunteers worked with smiles, and a man stood in front of the stage, tuning a worn-out guitar. His back was familiar. Too familiar. Amelia froze. He turned around. Marcus. His hair had flecks of gray now, his smile softer but still the same, calm, pure, real. The guitar he held was the same one he used to play for her late at night when life still felt like poetry. Their eyes met, and the world seemed to stop. The people around faded, the noise dissolved. For a moment, they were 25 again, dreamers, lovers, partners. Marcus didn't look shocked to see her. Instead, he smiled gently and said, "Didn't expect to see you here, Amelia." Her voice trembled. "I didn't expect to be here either." They spoke quietly after the event, sitting in the corner of the hall. He told her about the center, how he spent years saving, performing on the streets, taking small donations, and finally, with the help of anonymous funding, he'd made his dream come true. She swallowed hard, realizing she had been the anonymous donor. Her assistant had chosen this project from a long list, never realizing it was Marcus's. The irony struck deep. The woman who once left him for chasing dreams had unknowingly helped him achieve his. He told her, "I never hated you, Amelia. I just hoped you'd find peace. I did. Not with money, but with meaning." Her eyes filled with tears. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to feel. She looked around at the children laughing, painting, learning music, the very dream Marcus once described. And she realized, he was richer than she'd ever been. The next week, Amelia called a press conference. But instead of announcing a new business merger, she announced something that stunned everyone. She donated half of her company's yearly profit to expand Marcus's art centers across the country, providing opportunities for thousands of underprivileged kids. When Marcus heard the news, he tried to call her, but she didn't answer. She didn't do it for attention. She did it because, for the first time, she understood that success isn't about what you own, it's about what you give back. A few months later, Amelia visited the center again. Marcus was there, surrounded by kids singing a song about hope. When he saw her, he smiled. She smiled back. No words were needed. They just sat together, listening to the children sing. And then, Amelia did something no one expected. She quietly took off the diamond bracelet that once symbolized her first business deal, walked to a little girl sitting by the piano, and placed it in her hand. "Keep this," she said softly. But don't ever sell it. Let it remind you that no matter how far you go, never forget where your heart belongs." Tears welled up in Marcus's eyes. He reached for her hand, and for the first time in 10 years, they both laughed, freely, honestly, as if time had never passed. The world called her, the millionaire with a golden heart. But Marcus just called her Amelia, the woman who found her way back home.